All right, we want to look at how we can multiply matrices together today in Maths Albertois. So stay connected as I take you through. All right, so we are find the product of the following matrices. Matrices means the plural of matrix. You have more than one matrix, we call it matrices. Okay, so try and follow along as I take you through. Okay, so the first thing to do when you want to multiply matrices together is to check if the multiplication is possible to start with. Because it's not every two or more matrices brought together that you can actually multiply. Okay, so if you call this one matrix A and call this one matrix B, for example, so the order of this matrix is actually number of row. If you go like this horizontally, this is row 1. Row 1, if you go like this, row 2. So I can claim that I said 2. Now, if you go vertically like this, 3 and 1 in this line vertically, they are in column 1. So y minus 1 and 4, if you go vertically like this, they are in column 2. Remember, if you go like this, 3 and minus 1, row 1. But 3 and 1, vertically, they are in column 1. Okay? So this matrix is matrix A, for example, is of order 2 by 2. In this case, we don't say 2 times 2. We call it of order 2 by 2. 2 by 2 means it has 2 rows and 2 columns. 2 rows and 2 columns. Row 1, row 2. Column 1, column 2. That's why we say 2 by 2. If you check the one we just call matrix B now, it has row 2. It has 2 rows also. Row 1, this one. Row 2. So you can say this one 2 again by column 1. 4 and minus 2 are in column 1. And then 1 and 5 are in column 2. So this one 2 is 2 by 2. So this one there will be no problem because the number of columns of the first matrix is equal to a number of rows of the second matrix. That is only when matrix multiplication is possible. The number of columns of the first matrix to be multiplied of the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. All right. So this is equal to this already. And then the answer you're going to get is another matrix of order 2 by 2. What remains? 2 by 2. Okay. So please follow as I take you through this lesson. All right. So now that we are sure that matrix multiplication is possible in this case, how do we now multiply it? That's what we want to look at now. Now that we are very sure that matrix multiplication is possible, so we want to see how we can now multiply the matrices. All right. So watch and see as I take you through this. Okay. So we're back here now. All right. So let me add another line to this. We have this. Okay. All right. So please, in matrix multiplication, we multiply rows into columns. We multiply rows into columns. That's what matrix multiplication is all about. Row, this horizontal something, multiply it into this vertical one. Horizontal row, vertical column. All right. So this is going to be equal to, so multiply this by this and write the answer down. So 3 times 4, you have 12, plus, next one, this second element in row 1, multiplied by the second element in column 2. So minus 2, minus 1 times minus 2 is going to give us 2. Okay, so you are through with the first column. Now that you are done with the first column, what do? Move to the second column and still use that same row 1. So multiply row 1 again. Multiply row 1 again into column 2 this time. So 3 times 1, we're going to get 3. That's for the second element that will stay in first row, second column now. All right, so 3 times 1 is 3, plus next one, minus 2, multiplied by 5 is going to give you minus 5. Minus 2, sorry, minus 1 times 5 is minus 5. Okay, all right, so we are through with elements in row 1, the whole of the element in row 1. All right, so we are done with element in row 1, so we stop using row 1 to multiply. So we now move to the next row. So now that we are done getting the elements in row 1 of our answer, we will now go to what? To column, to row 2 now, to use it to multiply into columns again. All right, so let's go. Multiply 1 by 4. You're going 1 times 4, you're going to get 4. Put your addition sign. After that, 4 multiplied by minus 2. So 4 times minus 2 is going to give us minus 8. All right, so we are done with that. So since we are getting answer in row 2, we keep using row 2 to multiply into columns. All right, so row 2, we multiply row 2 now into the second column now. All right, so 1 multiplied by 1, you get 1 plus, now 4 multiplied by this 5, you're going to get 20. All right, so we are almost done. So 12 plus 2, you're going to get 14. And then here, as you try to, you have 3. 3. Now, plus multiplied by minus is going to be minus. So 3 minus 5 is going to give us minus 2. So here you have minus 2. All right. So in this place is a similar thing. 4 plus into minus 8. It means 4, then plus times minus is going to give us minus 8. So 4 minus 8 is going to give us minus 4. So here you have minus 4. And then finally, 1 plus 20 is going to give us 21. 21 as, so this is now our answer. What we have here now is our answer. So this is now the answer, which is called the products. Okay, so as I do a recap, matrix multiplication is all about multiplying rows into columns. Rows into columns. And when I'm saying rows, I'm talking about horizontal something to vertical, you write it down. Horizontal to the next column, which is vertical, you write it down, and all of that. And then you now add up. But before then, you have to make sure that the matrices to be multiplied are conformable for multiplication. How do you check if matrices are conformable or not? The number of columns of the first matrix must be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. All right. So I have something here for you, and I want to encourage you to try and do it. So find the product of the following matrices. When you are done, this is option A, B, C, D. So select the answer that matches your own and put the answer in the comment section. If it's A, tell me it's A in the comment section. If it's B, tell me it's B. If it is C, tell me it's C, or whatever option you feel is correct. And then please do well to like, to share, and to subscribe if you have not done that. Thank you very much. See you in my next video.